Good morning, Needham High. Didn't see you there. I'm Ronan Keene.
And I'm Grace Cohen. You've probably seen a ton of lawn signs pop up around town over the past few weeks. That's because the select board and the school committee are having the election on April the 13th. NHSN's Kate Keene interviewed one of the candidates, Dr. Lakshmi Balachandra, excuse me if I pronounced that incorrectly, to hear about what she stands for. Take it away, Kate.
Today we're meeting with a candidate running for the Needham Select Board, Dr. Balachandra. We're so happy to have you here, so let's jump right in. So first, can you tell us a bit about yourself and your experience in Needham?
Yes. Thank you, Kate, so much for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to be able to speak with Needham High School students because I was one. I'm a Needham High grad. I graduated in 1991, so I'm super old.
So clearly seeing like you live in Needham, you've lived here when you were a kid too. Why is running for office so important to you? And what are some of your goals you have?
Oh, great question. So let's see. Number one motivation for me to run for office for Needham was, frankly, the 2020 election and getting to see a woman become the first vice president of the United States, and frankly, a woman that looks like me, right? She's half Indian, and I can't believe how much I have been moved by that, as a grown adult. And now to have my kids see a woman in leadership and a woman of color, has really changed my perspective on the need to be involved and to be in positions of governance, and for me, that means I can do something on the local level. But the reality is the leadership of this town and government in general is something I knew nothing about prior to moving back and having a problem.
Yeah.
And learning that, I had a problem with my sidewalk is how I started, thinking about who makes decisions. How are these decisions made in terms of policy, in terms of the, what school gets rebuilt, or what sorts of community events do we have? How do the roads work? How do they build roads? How do we build projects? All of that was a mystery until I started learning when I had my own problem with my sidewalk that, there are people in charge in town government and they're the ones making these decisions. And I don't even know who they are. And then I found out that our select board, which is the town leadership, our mayor, is comprised of 5 people. And combined, they have 80 years of experience. And they are currently all white. And there are 5 seats. 4 of them are held by men. And there's 1 white woman. But there's been complacency. And there's, you need to have different perspectives at the table. So I decided to go for it.
I encourage all eligible voters to go cast their vote by April 13th. And thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Yes, make sure your friends vote. We have to be part of the process. Like, you guys need to be part of the process.
Thanks, Kate. Last election cycle, only 10% of eligible voters voted. Please increase that number, and if you're over 18, please go vote. If you're 16 or 17, you can also help by pre-registering to vote, so when you turn 18, you can just go straight to the polls. And now, let's go to...
S.
P.
O. Oh, wait. Before we get ahead of ourselves, we have another segment to cover. Let's go to Brendan for this week's 3 in 60.
Hi, I'm Brendan Mawhinney, and this is your monthly dose of 3 random events in probably more than 60 seconds. Now, let's get this started off with some interesting information. For anyone who's been living under a rock, COVID vaccines will be available for anyone over the age of 16 starting on April 19th. That means book those flights because at the rate we're going, summer is on. Also, many teachers in the school have started to get their vaccines, so let's give thanks to them for putting their life on the line to teach us in person. If you're getting your vaccine, doctors say to stay hydrated along with getting a lot of rest in case of a bad reaction. Along with the vaccine rollout, let's take a look at where we were a year ago compared to today. Exactly a year ago, all of us were on that 2-week vacation where we had pretty much no idea what was in store for us. Sports had been canceled, so we were all stuck watching Tiger King and the cases rise on the news. As of today, fans are being allowed back into stadiums along with March Madness. I can say that we've sure come a long way. Finally, are you looking forward to going to full in-person school? If not, then that sucks. Once again, for those living under a rock, here's the plan. As of now, on May 3rd, seniors and first years will be spending that week full in person, while the sophomores and juniors spend that week on Zoom. On May 10th, sophomores and juniors will be full in person, while the first years and seniors spend that week on Zoom. And finally, after over a year of hybrid learning, everyone will spend the rest of their school year in person at NHS. This means y'all have almost 2 months to mentally prepare, so good luck. Hope you all enjoyed today's episode. I'll see you next month.
Thanks, Brendan. All right, let's get back to it.
R.
TS Sports.
Thanks, guys. Rockets fought hard against Wellesley last week. Girls indoor track and field stands at 1-1, and the boys team is at 1-1 as well. And football is also at 1-1. Girls volleyball scored 2 wins against Wellesley, putting them at an undefeated 6-0. Check out our YouTube channels for live games and past streams. Good luck to Rockets playing Brookline this week. That's all for this week, and as always, stay fly, Rockets.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Stay safe and see you next week. Bye.